Hi, my name's Sue Ellam and I'm a professional tarot reader, and I have been for 25 years now. And I use a mythic tarot, which is based on Greek mythology.
Hi, I'm Carrie Beleno. I have been an intuitive Reiki master teacher for over 20 years, and I am a spiritual life coach. And we have questions that we are searching for practical answers to help you navigate this world. Today's question: how do I cope with abandonment memories?
Okay.
And again, this isn't me. This is just a general I question for the collective.
Yep.
This isn't a personal therapy session for me. Although.
It's about keeping hope and faith in the midst of difficulties, and trying to look at it from a more global, for a more global reason. It's like, if we look at abandonment as being personal, especially, maybe we were abandoned as children and that kind of thing, and we take it as personal, we take it as our fault, then we lose the hope and faith for the future, and therefore we expect to be abandoned by everybody that we might have cared about. We have to look at it from a perspective that it was an issue with the person that did the abandoning. It was their stuff. It wasn't about us. It was their stuff. Even with relationships, if the person is meant to be in a long-term relationship with you, this won't come up. It's only that your relationship had served its time. You learned things from it. So if you can look at what you've gained from the abandonment, you might have gained a vision of helping other people that have also been abandoned, because somebody that hasn't gone through that, they won't truly understand with somebody that is going through it or has gone through it. So you'll gain from that. You might, if you're abandoned by a lover, a husband, a wife, you might just have a better relationship with somebody else that came in. So try and look at the positive that has come out of this, and don't just focus on, I was abandoned and it was because there was something wrong with me, because that's not the case at all. It's about the other person and what they were dealing with, their issues. So keep hope and faith in the midst of any difficulties there. Learn to nurture yourself as well as other people. Take the focus off this, it can get into a poor me scenario. But what happened to us in our childhood is often, if you have this belief system, it's something we've bought into. We decided to go through this because there's lessons that we had to learn from this. Were we going to learn our lessons, or are we going to stick in this kind of energy of not being good enough? And we weren't loved, therefore nobody will ever love us. So look at doing something for other people. Nurture yourself, but nurture other people as well. Put your loving energy out there, and find something, even if it's not with people, but maybe you can put your energy into growing vegetables, having a garden, something that other people can benefit from. But it doesn't have to be a one-on-one personal relationships. But once you start to find your passion, maybe you've got a skill at knitting or embroidery or painting, but people are going to be uplifted by the beauty of the things you create. So look at nurturing in a way that makes you comfortable. And then you will find when people are, admiring what you're doing, then it will build your self-esteem. It will build your feeling of, I have a purpose here. I am lovable. I have a gift. I have a talent. And then those memories will start to fade, because they don't define you. You define yourself by how you see yourself. It's also about a soul journey. It's like, who am I? What's my purpose? Why am I here on this planet at this time? As a scenario, what if the person that abandoned you, say it was a parent, what if they had a drug issue? What if they were alcoholics? What if they were, they had other families, other places, and, what would life have been like if they hadn't gone? It could be, you could have been brought up with, maybe you didn't have much money around, but you could have been brought up by a responsible parent, somebody that stayed around for you. And if the other person hadn't abandoned you, your life could have been very traumatic indeed. So look at the people that have left and have made this feeling of abandonment very raw for you. Look at them, their qualities. Look at them without rose-colored glasses. Don't put them on a pedestal. Just look at the people they were. Find out about them. Ask people that knew them. And then you can look at it clearly and say, oh, didn't realize that actually they had a gambling problem, for instance. And, I could have ended up with not enough food on the table, the bills not being paid. Whereas, now my life is better for not having them around. So it's letting go of this feeling of being abandoned. They left for a reason. And quite often spirit has got something to do with it. Universe has something to do with it. They remove people and situations for your life for your own benefit. It's just how we see it. So we could see it as abandonment, but actually it could have been rescue. And when we come to terms with that, then we have peace and tranquility. We feel that our dreams are about to come to fruition, and we know where our heart lies, because we do need to look at the personality, the good and the bad of the people that have left and have put this into abandonment. Once we kind of look at it from a kind of more hopeful, and there's a reason behind it, then we can get to peace and tranquility. But abandonment isn't about you. It's about the people that do it. Those are the cards.
Thank you. So I'd like to refer you back to our bullying video. If you haven't watched that one, it's from a few days ago. And it was about what bullying teaches us, or why it's in our lives. And in that video, I explained my belief structure, and Sue and I talked about it as well, around having a soul mission, a soul purpose before we are incarnate here on earth, and players in that mission. We all, I kind of see it as a big round table, and we all sit down and we say, okay, now what's going on in this lifetime? I'm going to do this, and you should do that. Well, then I'll do this for you, and you can do that for me. And then we forget, and we're born, and we live out this this journey that we kind of pre-planned. And this is a perfect example of that pre-planning, that that play that we're in. And I'd like to refer you back to that if you want a little bit more insight into that dynamic. But I believe we always have two choices. We have, I give the example of our parents. So let's say your parents are divorced and they decide they're going to get divorced. So you have two options. Well, it's always more, but two basic options. You can love them and respect their decision. You may not like the decision, but you can respect the decision. You understand that this is their journey. Or you can hate them and you can say, I can't believe you're doing this to me. So there's always two choices. And you have the ability to choose in any given moment. So abandonment falls into that category. You did this to me, or you did this to you, and here's my reaction. So my reaction can either be hate and anger, or my reaction can be acceptance and an attempt at understanding. So I'm going to put the onus back on you to choose your reaction and response differently than you may have been programmed to accept it, especially as a child. Because so often humans tend to wear trauma like a badge. Well, I can't trust my boyfriend because I have abandonment issues. I can't trust my girlfriend because I was abandoned as a child. So we've taken the trauma of this older or a past abandonment and now have brought it forward into our present, and it is now coloring all of our decisions in the present. Instead of letting it shape the person we are going to be or we are now, and allowing it to just be integrated into who we are, we tend to take the trauma and apply it to a present situation. And that's really life zapping. So be cautious of taking the life force out of your present by wearing that badge or keeping the choice that you had back then.
Yeah, I think it's all been said, and I have to apologize for my extremely white face.
It's getting worse.
I know the light outside is changing, so it's like having a different person every video.
Oh my gosh, because you started out 4 days ago and it was all peachy in color, and yeah.
It's like, and believe me, I am wearing some color on my face, but can't see it. So I apologize if it looks as like Carrie and Casper, the friendly ghost, are doing these things, but I'm afraid it's the best I can do.
Oh, adds to the mystery. It's all good.
Absolutely. Who is she? Would I recognize her in the street?
Oh goodness.
I think I've abandoned my color.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I have no more to add.
The trial of overseas video. It's
Absolutely.
All right, please subscribe and share, and check out our websites. They're listed on our
in the
pages,
description.
on the descriptions, please. Mine's carriebeleno.com. Very easy. Sue, what's yours?
Mine's mystic-matters.co.uk.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.